Imagine being in a position to influence someone's life positively, but the choices you make today may affect their future. How do you ensure that your decisions are sustainable? Welcome to the fascinating world of mentoring, where guidance and wisdom are bestowed upon willing protégés. But it's not just about imparting knowledge. It's about making decisions that will stand the test of time, decisions that will continue to benefit the mentee long after the mentoring relationship has ended. This, my friends, is the essence of sustainable decision-making in mentoring. Sustainability in this context isn't about recycling or reducing carbon footprints. Instead, it is about ensuring that the decisions we make as mentors are enduring and beneficial. It's about considering the long-term impact of our actions and choices, not just the immediate outcome. Now you might be wondering, why is sustainability important in mentoring? Well, the answer is quite simple. Sustainable decision-making ensures that our mentoring actions have a lasting positive impact. It enables us to make choices that will continue to resonate positively with our mentees, even in our absence. Think about it. As a mentor, your role is not just to guide, but also to empower your mentee to become self-reliant. To do this effectively, you must make decisions that are not only beneficial in the short term, but also in the long run. For instance, instead of simply solving a problem for your mentee, you might choose to guide them through the problem-solving process. This way, they learn to navigate challenges independently in the future. That's a sustainable decision. Sustainable decision-making in mentoring is not just about the mentee, though. It also benefits you, the mentor. It encourages you to think critically and strategically, honing your decision-making skills. And in the process, you grow as a mentor, gaining a deeper understanding of your mentee and the mentoring process. The question then becomes, how do you make sustainably informed decisions in mentoring? Well, that's a journey we're about to embark on together. So buckle up and let's delve deeper into the world of sustainable decision-making in mentoring. To make sustainably informed decisions, we first need to understand what it means. When we talk about sustainability, we often think about the environment. But sustainability isn't just about the planet. It's also about our actions and decisions, in this case, within the mentoring practice. Imagine sustainability as a three-legged stool. One leg represents social aspects, another represents economic elements, and the third represents the environmental factors. We need all three legs for the stool to stand. Similarly, for a decision to be sustainable, it must consider all three aspects. In the context of mentoring, sustainable decision-making is about looking beyond the immediate needs and considering the long-term impact of our choices. It's about ensuring that the decisions we make today are beneficial, not only for the present, but also for the future. Let's break it down further. When it comes to the social aspect, sustainable decision-making involves considering the social impact of our choices. For instance, will this decision foster a positive relationship between the mentor and the mentee? Will it contribute to the mentee's social growth? Next, we have the economic aspect. Here, we consider if our decision is economically viable. This doesn't necessarily mean monetary value. In mentoring, it could mean the time and resources invested by both the mentor and the mentee. Is the decision worth the investment? Lastly, the environmental aspect. This isn't about the physical environment, but rather the mentoring environment. Will this decision create a conducive environment for learning and growth? Will it encourage the mentee to thrive? In essence, making sustainable decisions in mentoring involves a delicate balancing act. It requires us to think critically, weigh our options, and consider the potential consequences. It's about making choices that are not only beneficial for the mentee's immediate needs, but also lay a solid foundation for their future growth and development. So, sustainable decision-making in mentoring involves making choices that not only benefit the mentee now, but also in the future. This isn't just about making good decisions. It's about making decisions that are good for the long haul. Consider two mentors, one who makes decisions based on immediate needs, and the other who considers the long-term effects. Who do you think will have a more significant impact? Let's dive into the tale of these two mentors. We'll call them Mentor A and Mentor B. Mentor A is the type of mentor who reacts to the immediate needs of their mentee. They provide advice and guidance in response to the issues that the mentee is facing at that very moment. This approach, while seemingly effective in the short term, often lacks foresight. It's like putting a band-aid on a wound that needs stitches. On the other hand, we have Mentor B. This mentor takes a different approach. They consider the long-term effects of their advice and guidance. They think about how their decisions will impact their mentee not just today, but also tomorrow, next month, and even several years down the line. Let's imagine a scenario where a mentee is struggling with time management. They're juggling school, work, and personal commitments, and they're feeling overwhelmed. Mentor A might advise the mentee to drop one of their commitments to alleviate their stress. This advice, while providing immediate relief, might not be the best solution in the long run. What if the commitment they drop is something they're passionate about? Or what if it's an opportunity that could open doors for them in the future? Meanwhile, Mentor B might take a different approach. They might encourage the mentee to explore strategies for better time management. They could suggest tools and techniques to help the mentee balance their commitments without having to drop anything. This approach requires more effort in the short term, but could lead to more sustainable results in the future. Now, let's fast forward a few years. The mentee who was advised by Mentor A might have found temporary relief, but they might also have missed out on opportunities. They might also still be struggling with time management because they never really learned how to manage their commitments effectively. In contrast, the mentee who was guided by Mentor B might have had a tough time initially, but they would have developed valuable skills that will serve them well in the future. They would have learned how to balance their commitments, prioritize their tasks, and manage their time effectively. The difference between these two mentors lies in the sustainability of their decision-making process. Mentor A focused on the immediate needs of the mentee, while Mentor B considered the long-term effects of their decisions. This is not to say that Mentor A's approach is entirely wrong. There are certainly situations where immediate action is needed. However, in the context of mentoring, a more sustainable approach often leads to a more significant impact. The case of these two mentors illustrates the importance of making sustainably informed decisions in mentoring. It shows us that the decisions we make as mentors can have a profound and lasting impact on our mentees. By thinking about the long-term effects of our decisions, we can provide our mentees with guidance that will not only help them in the present moment, but also prepare them for the future. So, coming back to the question we posed at the beginning, who do you think will have a more significant impact? The answer is clear. As seen from our case study, the mentor who made sustainably informed decisions had a more profound and lasting impact on their mentee. Making sustainably informed decisions may sound complicated, but it's about adopting a future-oriented perspective. So, how do we make these decisions? Let's break it down. The first step is understanding your mentee's needs. This involves deep listening and empathy. It's not enough to just hear what they're saying. You need to genuinely understand their goals, their challenges, and their aspirations. This might require asking probing questions, encouraging them to open up about their thoughts and feelings, and showing genuine interest in their responses. By getting a clear picture of where they are and where they want to go, you can make informed decisions that are tailored to their unique needs. But understanding your mentee's needs is just the beginning. The next step is to consider the future implications of your decisions. This is where the concept of sustainability comes in. When you're deciding which approach to take in your mentoring, you need to think beyond the immediate impact. How will this decision affect the mentee in the long term? Will it help them develop the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in the future? Will it foster their independence and resilience? These are the kinds of questions you need to ask yourself. For instance, it might be tempting to simply tell your mentee what to do in a difficult situation. But if you take a future-oriented perspective, you'll realize that this approach doesn't promote long-term growth. Instead, it might be more beneficial to guide them in problem-solving, helping them to develop critical thinking skills that will serve them well in the future. The third step in making sustainably informed decisions is to regularly evaluate your mentoring approach. This is an ongoing process that involves reflection and adjustment. After each mentoring session, Take some time to reflect on what worked and what didn't. What impact did your decisions have on your mentee? Were they effective in meeting their needs and promoting their growth? This reflection will allow you to adjust your approach and make better decisions in the future. But reflection shouldn't be a solitary activity. Encourage your mentee to share their feedback and perceptions as well. Their insights can be invaluable in helping you to understand the impact of your decisions and to identify areas for improvement. In conclusion, making sustainably informed decisions is about more than just making good choices in the moment. It's about adopting a future-oriented perspective, understanding your mentee's needs, considering the long-term implications of your decisions, and regularly evaluating your approach. This may sound like a tall order, but remember that it's a learning process. With time and practice, you'll become more adept at making decisions that not only benefit your mentee in the present, but also set them up for success in the future. Remember, making sustainably informed decisions is an ongoing process that requires continuous reflection and adjustment. So, what have we learned about making sustainably informed decisions in mentoring? Firstly, we've come to understand the importance of sustainability in mentoring. It's not just about the here and now. It's about making choices that ensure the guidance and support we provide today will continue to have a positive impact on our mentees long after our mentoring relationship has concluded. We've delved into what sustainable decision-making entails. It's about thinking ahead, considering the long-term effects of our actions. It's about being mindful of our resources, whether that's time, energy, or knowledge, and using them in a way that can be maintained over the long haul. Through the tale of our two mentors, we've seen the difference that sustainable decision-making can make. One mentor, focused solely on the present, saw their influence wane over time. The other, making decisions with an eye to the future, was able to maintain a lasting impact on their mentee's life. This tale has illustrated the importance of sustainability in our mentoring approach. We've also walked through the process of making sustainably informed decisions. We've learned that it involves careful planning, conducting our mentoring in a sustainable manner, recording our actions and their outcomes, and evaluating our approach to continually improve. We've seen that sustainable decision-making in mentoring is not a one-time event, but a continual process. It requires us to be flexible, adaptable, and always willing to learn and grow. In essence, sustainable decision-making in mentoring is about more than just the immediate relationship between mentor and mentee. It's about the legacy we leave behind, the long-lasting impact of our guidance and support. So as we step into our roles as mentors, let's keep these key takeaways in mind. Let's strive to make decisions that will not only benefit our mentees today, but will continue to do so well into the future. In the end, making sustainably informed decisions in mentoring is about ensuring that the positive influence we have today continues to benefit our mentees in the future. As mentors, we have the power to shape lives, but with that power comes the responsibility to make decisions that are sustainably informed. And so, we circle back to the crux of our discussion today. The role of a mentor is not just about imparting knowledge or providing advice. It's about making choices that have a lasting, positive impact on the lives of those we mentor. The decisions we make as mentors, whether big or small, can steer the course of a mentee's journey. And it's crucial that these decisions are not made on a whim. Rather, they should be based on a deep understanding of the mentee's needs, aspirations, and the context in which they operate. The process of making sustainably informed decisions is not a one-time event. It's a continuous journey of learning, reflecting, and adapting. It involves understanding the implications of our choices and embracing the idea that our decisions should contribute to the long-term growth and development of our mentees. It's also about acknowledging that every decision we make has ripple effects. It can influence not only our mentees, but also their communities, their environments, and potentially the world at large. Hence, it's crucial to make decisions that are thoughtful, empathetic, and sustainable. In your journey as a mentor, remember to keep sustainability at the heart of your decision-making process. Reflect on the choices you've made and their impacts. Learn from your experiences and use this knowledge to inform future decisions. And most importantly, Don't forget to pass on these principles to your mentees. Encourage them to think critically about their decisions and to consider their sustainability. This way, you're not only shaping their lives, but also equipping them with the skills to shape the lives of others. So, as we wrap up, let's remind ourselves of the importance of sustainable decision-making in mentoring. It's not just about the here and now. It's about making decisions that will positively shape the future. Remember, the choices you make today can influence a life tomorrow, so make them sustainably informed.